Hello, my name is Gareth. You're watching the Hub Online Network. We are back with Ash Creek News. So we're going to restart from where we were. So we're doing Ash Creek News, episode 67. We took a little bit of a hiatus here to try some new things out. But we're going to do this twice a week, Mondays and Thursdays at 3. So if you're watching, thank you very much. Leave a comment, leave a like. Let us know what you have going on. So without further ado, let's get to it. Mayor's Facebook page. So this is the mayor of Ashcroft. She says that she is very excited to announce that the Village of Ashcroft has received a grant of $124,000. Sorry, 124,191. I got to learn numbers. From the province's Community Economic Recovery Infrastructure Program for upgrades to the Legacy Park campground. The funding will be used to put sewer service in at all of the sites. None of the public sites currently have sewer, and upgrades to all sites of 30 amp electrical services and add tenting sites to the campground. The goal is to have all of the work complete in time for the campground's project opening date of May 1st, 2021, and thanks to staff and Public Works for all their efforts in securing the grant, which will make our gem of a compound even better. A special thanks to manager Barry Tripp, who is a wonderful ambassador for the Legacy Park and Ashcroft year-round. Now that being said, we are going to have Mayor Roden in as a special guest on Thursday's show, and I'm going to talk to her a little bit more in-depthly about this and the upcoming next topic here. So the Voyent Alert System app. Now you can download this app at the App Store. So what's going on with this thing is the Village of Ashcroft is rolling out an emergency alert system. The residents can register for free for the Voyent Alert, which will let them know when there is an emergency situation in the community. The system will only alert residents to 6 specific incidents: wildfires, mud or landslides, gas leaks, hazardous or chemical spills, train derailments, or extreme heat. Messages can be relayed by text, email, voice, or automatic messaging. Residents who want to participate in the system must register online for the notification alerts, which will provide critical information such as the location of the incident and preferred evacuation routes. Those who need help signing up are welcome to call the village or come in to use the computer in the village office lobby. However, Cache Creek Council has deferred a decision about joining the Voyent Alert emergency notification system, asking staff to bring more information back to the next meeting. At their meeting on February 16th, Council discussed a recommendation authorizing staff to enter into an agreement with Voyent Alert. Their emergency info staff to enter into their emergency notification system, which has been adapted by the TNRD and the Village of Ashcroft, allows residents to receive alerts for critical events in the community such as floods, wildfires through an app, text message, voice call, via phone or email. The cost would be about $1,440 per year, unlimited users and unlimited communications, or $1,200 pay as you go. As of April 2021, if the village took part, then anyone registered to get the TNRD alerts would also receive Cache Creek ones, and vice versa. So I'm going to skip that part. However, so all that being said, some of those numbers are incorrect. So we have spoken with Voyent Alerts, and they have said that there is a 20% discount on those numbers. So let's call these options A and B. So option A is actually $1,800, but with the discount is the $1,440 that is listed above. And option B, which starts at $1,200, is actually $960 for Cache Creek. Now option A grants the municipality as many text alerts as they want, and they could literally send out anything, such as garbage day notifications every day if they chose to, special event notices, flea market notices, floods, fires, road closures, etc. The village could do as much as they want with no anything else. Option B is every time you use the service, you pay a small amount per notification on top of the $960. That amount is 2 cents per email or mobile app notification and 6 cents for text messages, and only charges based on the amount of users that use the app in the village. So if 6 people use this particular app, it would cost the village 60 cents on top of, 36 cents on top of the $960. So at this time, Ashcroft is looking at option B to see how much they use the service, and Cache Creek is looking for more information. Hopefully they're watching this and they can sort of glean some information off of what we discovered. These prices are quoted for the next 3 years, and currently Voyent Alerts covers 33% of BC locals, which use it for day-to-day emergencies and to support local businesses and events. So talking to the guy at Voyent, he seemed pretty keen on people using it. Of course he would. He's a person that works for Voyent. However, it sounds like a really cool thing, especially if the villages could support their local businesses, et cetera, et cetera. But we'll see how many times Ashcroft uses it throughout the next year, and we will, of course, talk to Mayor Roden about this again on Thursday. This app was launched in June of 2020, and in its regional district of the Kootenays, after a flood, it saw a 45% increase in enrollment. And it does not cost you, other than, I guess, through taxes, anything over and above just downloading the app. So, the main topic of discussion during tomorrow's School District 74 trustee meeting is the disposal process of the Ashcroft Elementary School, now referred to as the Ashcroft Hub. We've talked about this several times on the show. The agenda showcases 57 pages of letters and notes sent to the board office from citizens both local and abroad. Many show support for the hub, with a couple of outliers. All in all, there were 148 responses. 35% indicated a transfer to the Ashcroft Hub Society of either free, $1, or fair market value. Included were references to allowing the purchase in a couple of years. There was 35% indicated support for the Ashcroft Hub Society, remaining without commenting on a preference. 20% indicated honoring lease and or a 10-year plus lease. Included were references to allowing a lease to continue so the Ashcroft Hub Society could be in a position to purchase at a later date, and 10% indicated sale to the highest bidder or delay entire process. The Village of Ashcroft Council and the Hub Society Board also sat down with the board to provide their input into the process. So options for board consideration in determining next steps in the process include 1. Retain the property and maintain the existing lease. 2. Retain the property and revise the existing lease. 3. Dispose of the property through a long-term lease. 4. Dispose of the property through a sale or transfer in fee simple for a nominal fee. 5. Dispose of the property through a sale or transfer in fee simple for market value. In the spring of 2020, the Board of Education approved the Hub Online Net. Okay, so now we're moving on here a little bit. In spring 2020, the Board of Education approved the Hub Online Network, or HON, to begin filming public board meetings, which include Policy Committee, Committee of the Whole, and Open Board Meeting. The board agreed that the filming could begin in September 2020, and that the filming process would be reviewed during the 2020-2021 school year. The board bases approval on a variety of factors, including that the video would be recorded and then posted on the HON's YouTube channel and Facebook page the following day. Open board meetings have been recorded by the Hub Online Network beginning in September and posted to the Hub's YouTube and Facebook pages. The move to virtual meetings has created some recording limitations, and the February 4th, 2021 board meeting was broadcast live on Facebook. Attached for discussion is correspondence received from the Hub Online Network outlining their proposal for future filming and distribution of the open board meeting. So what happened was we broadcast the board meeting live, which I guess is not specifically in the motion for us to film it, and we have been asked not to do that again. So we had some correspondence with them. So what we said was, for our part, posting these meetings live when possible is easier than the alternative, such as videoing it and then posting it the next day. But we look forward to continuing our relationship with the Board of Trustees. So that's pretty much what we said. So now, Cache Creek. So the Cache Creek has a meeting tonight, which you can watch live tonight at 6 p.m. So the Cache Creek meeting agenda In the agenda for tonight's Cache Creek Council meeting, there was a grant from the Rural Dividends Fund to hire a consultant to come in and look at economic development in Cache Creek. At this point, it seems like the grant outline was not followed, and that $32,000 are now being requested back if there is no progress in this matter. Now, this is a grant that was gone after in 2016, I believe, and so now it's sort of time has lapsed, and it looks like this hasn't fully taken place yet. So staff is recommending that they ask for an extension so these funds can be used in their proper scale. From Emergency Management BC, the village has submitted all of their claim paperwork for disaster mitigation over the last while. The village has received $150,000 for this project back in 2018, and now the project end date has come due, and there is still $15,000 that is to be returned of allocated funds. During the previous council meeting and public forum, there were Cache Creek bylaws 6-001 and 5-001, which were up for changes. These are in regards to stores and farming in terms of cannabis. So, Williams Lake First Nations submitted a letter asking to have the proposed buffer zone distance lessened from 200 meters to an unspecified number. I'm not sure what that number is, but to have a spot where they would like to put a store within the suggested distance. So they want to limit it a little bit less, because I think they have a place in thought that they want to put the cannabis store if they were to purchase and put a cannabis store in Cache Creek. Once again, the Cache Creek pool is on the agenda. This has been a hot button issue in the area since 2019, and more so when the pool didn't open for the 2020 season due to COVID-19, and it's heating up once more with the looming 2021 summer coming up shortly. From the Ashcroft Cache Creek Journal, they say that at the February 16th meeting, the Cache Creek Council defeated a motion to ask for a report outline options to determine a cost to replace the existing swimming pool with a new facility having the same features. Councillor Wendy Coomer and Councillor Lisa DeVoe voted in favor of it. There was a lengthy discussion about the subject, with several council members acknowledging that the public needed to be consulted. However, no public meeting date was set, and questions about when such a meeting would take place were unanswered. Coomer asked for a motion which would have looked at options to cost out a replacement for the current swimming and tot wading pools to go on the agenda. The facility did not open in 2020, following a decision at a closed council meeting on March 23, 2020, and Coomer said that she had been thinking about the pool a lot. So now, on tonight's agenda, there are 3 items regarding the pool. One is a letter from a concerned citizen which asks how much is needed for repairs, how much money is needed how much money is currently allocated for repairs, and how can residents help. The second item is from Mission Matsqui Fraser Canyon MP Brad Viss. He shares 3 funding sources that may help. So now please keep in mind that these sources are not 100% guaranteed, but the 3 sources are infrastructure funds, Canada Summer Jobs, and a green municipal fund which covers renovations for sustainable materials or green measures. Item 3 is a request to include information from August 19th, 2019, which states that under new business, a motion was made by Councillor Defoe and seconded by Councillor Coomer that a public meeting be scheduled to consult with the public regarding the pool and the budget in general in the first half of October of 2019. Also in 2019, there were questions from the public in which Mayor Tallarico stated that the members of the public must be consulted and that there will be a consultation process. He also indicated that a detailed expenditure report showing how much it costs for pool operations, as well as projected repair costs. Note that August 2019 had no flooding and was even 7 months before the emergence of the COVID-19 pandemic. Now we here at the Hub Online Network have made some phone calls in regards to this topic. Everyone we spoke to said to start with interior health. So what we did was we phoned pool companies, the TNRD, construction groups that might build pools, etc., and they all said that the place to start was interior health. So what we have found out is that this is to the best of our knowledge from our understanding of what we have been told. Interior health other than 2020 due to COVID has made yearly inspections of the Cache Creek pool. They cited that they have done one in 2017, 2018, and 2019. According to them, the 2019 inspections showed no major issues beyond cosmetic problems. Any mechanical health concerns were dealt with in previous years, such as the water pump and the chlorine system, which was changed. These inspections are free and must happen yearly before the pool opens. Portions of these reports can be found on the IH website, except for the 2019 report, which we will be pursuing a Freedom of Information Act request to gain access to the full reports. The rep from IH called us back after speaking with a contact from the Cache Creek Public Works. This contact stated that there were undocumented issues that need to be resolved before the pool can open. Interior Health said that they will be contacting the village to set up a time for this year's inspection. Let's just make sure nobody's watching. Oh, no, that's not somebody that's watching. They will be contacting the village to set up times for this year's inspection. We also spoke with a member of the Recreational Facilities Association of BC, and he suggested that a consultant be hired that would provide the community with a baseline as to whether or not the village can sustain the current facility. This person could also look at options for building a new facility, aquatic or otherwise, such as tennis courts, you name it, as well as a mechanical specific inspection of the pool. Now, I am not sure what this inspection would provide over the IH inspection, but he said that this option would cost approximately $7,500. So that would be for the inspection and for the consultant to do this job. One thing that has been cited several times is the location of the pool and how it sits below the Cache Creek water table, which means that if a new facility is to be looked at, another piece of property would have to be utilized or purchased by the village to have that happen. We also looked at other municipalities and their facilities and what those costs, for example, might look like. So the last pool built in BC was in Vanderhoof in 2019. This indoor facility was built for $12 million. However, there was a grant. However, this was greatly helped by a seemingly mythical grant that helped them for about $9 million of that price tag. The Brock pool, which is similar to the one in Cache Creek, which was built in 1973, when you take inflation into consideration, would cost about $5 million today to build. I have spoken with the Ashcroft grant writer and was told that there is currently one grant available for recreation in BC and that it is not for a pool. And keep in mind that Ashcroft did get a grant to help them with their hot tub last year. However, that was, I believe, the 8th grant that they went after, and they almost didn't get that one. So if people are thinking that there's a ton of grants out there for this kind of stuff, it seems like it's few and far between. But I suppose that sometimes things do come up. Now, each rural municipality was given a COVID-19 relief amount to help the local governments with getting back to normal. The amount is based on several different factors, and Cache Creek was given a little more than $450,000. There is a debate as to whether or not this money could be used for the pool. The TNRD has also expressed interest in a do-it-for-free inspection, and we are looking into other things as well, and we'll share that information as we get it. Now, in the interior, so last week, the KTV reported that more than $500,000 were charged to former TNRD CAO Suk Gill's taxpayer-funded credit card in 5 years prior to his sudden departure last year. The spending included parties, restaurants, coffee shops, hotels, gifts, and more. Regional District Board Chair Ken Gillis earlier told KTW the board did not know the extent to which the spending occurred and called it distressing and excessive. TNRD Area E, Bonaparte Plateau Director Sally Watson, however, said that the board did know and that spending was part of the culture of the TNRD predating her election in 2002. Today, Ken Gillis held a press conference saying that there will be an investigation and all TNRD board members will be looked at. However, he did not know whether all TNRD employees with expense accounts will be. He said that this will happen hopefully within the next 6 weeks to 2 months, depending on whether or not the board approves it. But he did say that he doesn't see why the board wouldn't approve it, but that it just hasn't gone past through that process yet. Now, for COVID, Well, COVID is still a thing, and we are approaching the beginning of the lockdown, the anniversary of the beginning of the lockdowns in BC, which started on March 17th, 2020. It was when we first started doing a daily show to help bring information to you guys at home in regards to local COVID news. Now we're going to be providing a year in review bonus episode on that day. So we're going to be doing ACN Mondays and Thursdays. I believe that the 17th falls on a Wednesday. So we're going to do a COVID specific bonus episode on that day at 3 p.m. Now with vaccines, John Horgan stood up with Health Minister Adrian Dix today, and they said that the vaccination plan has now pushed into a new phase, whereas if you are older than 80 or Indigenous and 65, you can book your vaccination by calling your regional health authority. Jackie Taggart, in response to the economic impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, Kamloops Innovation and Innovate BC are pleased to offer the DER3 program to support small to medium-sized businesses in any sector. Bring your business online. All businesses in Fraser-Nicola are eligible for this support program, and you can find a link to this on Jackie Taggart's Facebook page. And from Brad Viss, Brad Viss's thing is not put in here. So we will talk about Brad Viss at a different... wait, no, it's a picture. My bad, it's here. And it says... Let me make it just a little bit bigger here. Okay, what we have accomplished in 1 week from Brad Viss. So he says that Parliament passed a Conservative motion creating a special committee on Canada-U.S. relations to get results on vaccines, trade, and pipelines. A Conservative bill to extend compassionate care leave following the death of a loved one was passed in Parliament. Parliament passed a Conservative bill to legalize single-event sports betting. A Conservative motion calling on Justin Trudeau to recognize the Uyghur genocide in China was passed. And MPs secured support to declare February 22nd as National Human Trafficking Awareness Day. So thank you to Brad, thank you to Jackie, thank you to all of our other politicians that are doing all the good things out there. And Valerie, Adrian, if you're watching, we hope you're having yourself a fantastic day. And thank you all else. We hope you have a good time. Don't forget to check us out tonight, 6 p.m. live. And on Wednesday, we will be putting out the school ST74 board trustee meeting, 9 a.m. on Facebook and YouTube. So stay tuned for that. We will see you guys later. Have a good day.